Maybe that's why he didn't die. Because he was so heavy, his car was going slower.
No, he didn't flip his car. The other people flipped their car.
That's what I'm saying. He was going so slow because how heavy he was.
Well, it is a Dodge. They're both.
Well.
And here we go.
Are you? Is it 5 to? Oh
Yeah, it is. I'm late.
Welcome back to the Geek
Wow.
Welcome back, guys. It is March 15th, and oh my gosh,
Switcheroo and
has it been hectic for the 3 days of free agency that we've gotten? It's been crazy. Baker Mayfield got another job. Sam Darnold gets another job, and Andy Dalton still hasn't retired and gets another job. But before we get into all that, let's introduce our hosts. As always, you got me and my wonderful bearded lady, Steve.
I take that as a compliment. Thank you for telling me that I look
You got Mr. Gumby next to him.
Like and subscribe. I love you.
Hey guys, thanks for coming.
Also, as our trusted Padawan behind the scenes, Johnny G on the mic.
Padawan, you're a child?
May the force be with you.
And so, before we get into free agency today, we're going to talk a little bit about our linebackers coming out of the college. And we just found out today, which we already kind of knew this, Pro Day started today. And Steve has something to say about Jalen Carter.
He sucked ass.
All right, moving on from there.
Yeah. For a fifth, the conditional fifth, I believe.
So,
That's actually big.
free agent, yes, it's a comp fish, not comp fifth, not conditional.
Whatever, sorry.
Compensatory
Officially
fish.
official, okay. I'm sorry, KJ.
So
we gotta
we're gonna do this in an order. We're gonna
sure.
go NFC first, right?
Okay.
And since you did talk about Dallas,
This is all you.
let's go into the East. Johnny, give me Dallas. What do we got for their free agent moves in the NFC East?
The free agent button's not working.
Oh, shoot.
Hold on.
There it is. Oh, we got to come.
You got to uncheck the Buffalo. How did the Buffalo even get up?
I don't know.
There we go.
All right, so you got Tony Pollard, non-exclusive tag. We already knew about that. Stephon Gilmore trade with the Colts in exchange for a 2023 fifth-round comp pick.
I forgot Gilmore was on the Colts.
They got safety Donovan Wilson, 3 years up to $24 million, and then linebacker Leighton Vander Esch.
He re-signed, huh?
He did re-sign 2 years and $11 million.
They got him for cheap.
And they cut.
Because of his injury.
They cut
with his
Zeke.
neck.
They did not cut Zeke.
I thought it was official, my bad.
I don't
Not
think
officially.
Not
yet.
officially
it's not officially
official.
It's not official.
it's not
yet.
officially official,
But
but
they're
Jerry Jones has
expected.
said his goodbye.
They're expected to cut Zeke by the end of today.
Okay. So with that, what do you see them signing possibly? Because you can't go into the year.
Bijan Robinson.
That's what I figured.
Because you can't go into the beginning of the year with
26
a
Tony
injured
Pollard.
Tony Pollard.
With a broken leg Tony Pollard.
And it's funny. So here's
That
the
you
question.
franchise tag? Nah.
Here's the questions I have for you guys.
He's
right?
stupid.
Going into this team, does this make the team better?
No.
All those signings.
I mean,
It
yeah.
Vander Esch, the
so-
safety.
Signing the
Taggart,
secondary.
Tony Pollard.
Well, that depends on how you value Gilmore.
So with you,
Starts and ends with Gilmore.
with them possibly cutting
Well, they still have Diggs.
Zeke, that opens up
Diggs
more
got
cap
burnt
space.
deep often. Diggs is not a man guy.
That's
Diggs
because Diggs
is a ball hawk.
He's a
Diggs is
pursuer.
the ball hawk who gets beat often. That's
Often.
his issue. But that's another reason why, like KJ said, is why their defense scores so much.
Right.
It's because how
Oh, yeah.
aggressive they are. But at the same sense, if you're
The
going to be
turnovers, I agree.
You
if
guys
you're
got
gonna,
to keep in mind. Sorry, Wheels. I
No, you're
apologize
good.
about that. So you got to keep in mind
I don't
if you're
apologize.
going to over pursue, there's not a lot of time for a double move when you get to the quarterback quick. So you could try a double move all day, but if you don't have time for a double move, you're sacked.
and so the reason that I think they like Diggs so much and the way he's aggressive is because, like KJ said, their guys get there so fast. He doesn't have enough time for a double move to where Diggs will be able to read the ball coming out and get there like that.
I agree. I mean, I'm just saying.
And he doesn't get burnt all the time.
Yeah,
he gets
and-
burnt more often than
Yeah, and they're doing it right. It's not like they're one of the worst defenses in the league. They're doing it good.
No,
they're
they were a
doing
better defense last
Yeah,
year.
that's what I like
been a
about
top five
Dallas.
defense
And you're
last
not going to
year.
hear me say much about Dallas because I don't like Dallas.
He doesn't
all right,
like
so
him.
the other question
Heard
I
it here
have,
first.
right? So you guys, so if it's
Bring
probably
Dallas back up, John,
it's
please.
probably even keel or a little better, right? Even
Yes.
keel or a little better, right? So they're not getting much better, but they could be the same.
It opens up the door for more.
Right. The other question is, are any of these depth pieces? I don't think so. I think these are all starters. I think outside of Donovan Wilson, which I don't think you're going to pay he's going to be a on the field, off the field kind of guy. I think he's a starter. And then the other question is, what does this mean? Like you said, you kind of stole it from me.
All right, thanks, John.
Going into the draft.
Yeah.
Johnny, can you? It's probably a different window.
I figured we'd all have them taking Bijan anyhow. just because of.
Yeah,
We
I
mocked Bijan.
Yeah,
We mocked
we did
Bijan our
mock
first
Bijan.
mock.
I
Yes,
did as
we
a
did.
joke because it was funny. Like even in my own mocks.
But you've been saying this for at
Weeks,
least the last
yeah.
2 months.
We
I've
said-
been telling you,
you
they're
said
cutting
Zeke was
Zeke.
gone.
They're cutting Zeke. No matter if he takes less money, they're cutting Zeke. He's not going to be there. I've been saying it for months. He's gone, which sucks because we like Ohio State.
Well, you
whatever,
can't
but-
pay two guys
No.
20. What is it,
Well, when I
24
asked
million?
that's what I asked.
And
There's
one
no
of them,
way.
And one of them can't walk right now. So it's
Right.
like, come on.
Yeah,
All right, so let's jump into another good news that just happened recently. Not
news?
for us. Washington Commanders. You see what just happened there?
I thought I saw Brissett.
They signed Jacoby Brisket.
Jack, what?
1 year, $10 million.
So
Good money for him.
With
Whoa.
that happening, do you foresee him being a starter?
No.
So what's crazy with this is,
They don't have a quarterback.
do you
right
guys
now.
know how
Well,
much
they
he
got
made last
Sam
year
Howell.
with the Browns?
How? No.
I made $4.5 million.
That's it?
Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't make anything, but he was also counted out as a starter. And then
Yeah.
last year made him money to become a, like you guys would say.
He's a viable starter.
No, you
he's a
guys would
bridge.
say
He's a
you're
bridge
bridge
quarterback.
quarterback.
He
Yeah,
is.
he's a
I mean,
bridge
he
quarterback.
go look at him when he was with the Colts. He was, I believe, every year he was
He's
the
gotten better every
quarterback.
year.
He got better, and he was at least 500. He's not bad. He makes some bad decisions. He doesn't have the biggest arm. He's got blocks for feet. He's not fast, but he gets the job done when need be, and he
Which
fits
is
that
funny.
team
He's
with
not
who
afraid
you
to
have.
run either.
And that defense is going to hold him up. He's not
That
being
defense
asked.
is way better than the Browns, and he played
Yeah.
well with the
and
Browns.
he's not being asked to make star plays every single drive.
So, Johnny, can you bring that up one more time? Let's go over this really quick. They signed their
God,
tackle,
Duran.
Andrew Wiley.
I want to drown.
Nick Gates, offensive line, or is that defensive?
No, it's
I'll say
offensive.
O-line.
Offensive
It should be-
line.
it should-
Tackle
it should
and
say
O-line.
guard. D-line, Deron Payne. They got him back, and we already talked about that a little bit earlier.
They weren't letting him go. There's no way with how young he is.
Linebacker, Cody Burton. Linebacker, David Mayo.
Cody Burton or
Just love that
Barton?
name. Barton.
Barton.
I can't read.
it's
Cornerback Cameron Donzler and cornerback Danny Johnson. So it looks like they just kind of
For-
cleaned up that defense.
Yeah. Those two
You said Nick Gates was
linebackers.
supposed to be guard.
I think he's a guard. Yeah.
Alright.
So those two linebackers and those two corners, those are depth pieces in my eyes.
Yeah.
Those are, let's
I think
let's
the
get
corners are starters actually.
really.
Damn.
Yeah, they're guy again. You don't
That makes
need
sense,
you don't
though.
you don't need stud corners when
Yeah.
your defense murders the quarterback.
So
under 3
they're
seconds.
they're kind of the opposite. We'll be fine with our defensive line getting there. It gives our corners that are good enough to be
coverage
starters.
corners. Coverage
Yes.
corners. Yep.
That's exactly what they are.
So the question again, what does this mean for that team?
I think they're
Better?
uh,
Well, they can't get worse at quarterback.
I don't want to say it 'cause
Right?
I'll get hazed. I think
No.
they're playoff.
Well,
I
they
do.
were playoff last year.
I think
They
they're.
just
I
barely
think.
missed it.
I think they possibly win the division.
And we already asked, are those depth pieces? The other question is, what does this mean going into the draft for them?
So I think quarterback's out of the question
No, I
for
think
now.
they're at 16th or 15th.
Yeah. So quarterback's out of the question.
16th. I think.
Their O line looks to be pretty solid from what I see. Running back, you got two, Brian Robinson and Antonio Gibson. Wide receiver, you're fine. You got Jahan Doxson and Terry McLaurin and Curtis Samuel. So I don't see him taking a tight end. So they're going defense. I could see
Safety.
corner.
Safety, Brian Branch.
Safe. That are Gonzalez out of Oregon.
I could see
Corner.
I could see a corner.
Gonzalez is a corner. Brian Branch is a safety.
Yeah, but they're going secondary. There's no doubt in my mind
All
these
right,
guys are
all
going to
right.
go secondary.
All right.
I mean, like they have
they have good defense all
they have
around.
at least one good. At least according to PFF.
But
They,
if
they have a good. They had Kendall Fuller at corner, and they have this Cameron Curl at safety, right?
What I need a safety, I think. Brian
So-
Branch would be my thought.
right.
Fuller was good. So let's move on from them. Let's go to the other team that kind of made a splash in free agency, and the New York Giants. Johnny, let's talk about that really quick. All right, Giants. We obviously talked about Danny Dimes and Saquon Barkley earlier. Breida got re-signed. Sterling Shepard apparently is still worthy of staying on a team.
1.3.
Yeah. Raheem Nunez-Roches agreed to terms for a deal. Don't know what the terms are. Linebacker Jared Davis re-signed. Bobby
Okereke, that's a good
Okereke,
signing.
4 years, $40 million.
That's a really good signing.
Gilliam's back as their punter, and then they traded the Raiders for Darren Waller for a third-round pick, which was 100 overall.
at least Barkley has
They pretty much traded Kadarius Toney for Darren Waller.
Yeah, that was the Schefter.
Oh,
thing.
wow.
Yes.
So they
know
traded
what?
Kadarius Toney to the Chiefs for a third. And they took that third and they traded to the Raiders for
I have trouble with this trade because I don't love it, but I don't hate it because you got guys like Sam. This tight end class is solid. You got Sam Laporta. You got
really
you
good
got
tight end class.
Michael Mayer. You got Dalton Kincaid. You have guys coming out.
And they drafted Bellinger last year.
That's what I was about to go on. You have a young tight end who missed games because of an injury. He's only started, I think, 10.
Even like the kids from North Dakota State and South Dakota State.
Yeah,
those guys are good.
These guys, I think they're going to go wide receiver.
Waller capable good? Do they have Waller ceiling?
I mean, Waller doesn't even have Waller ceiling.
Waller's if you look at Waller's stats, he's had 2 very good years, and other than that, the last 2 years he's missed games. He's been mid to below. Giving up a third, in my opinion,
Waller doesn't even have Waller.
A third is a very good pick.
Yeah,
because the depth that
okay, guys, but if Waller produces the way Waller did in the year that he played 16 games,
if Waller's healthy for the rest, yeah, I could see it, but that's not going to happen.
Well, that's the question. No. Well, you never know. Like Ryan's argument is always right. You can't really say guy's injury prone because every guy's injury prone. You can't really predict.
That's not
either him or
granted, he's probably 70% injury prone.
Either him or Barkley will miss at least 5 games.
All right. Let's move on from the
Eagles.
Giants. Well, actually, so does this make the team better if everybody's healthy? Count that in, right?
I mean, yeah,
obviously, yeah.
If he stays healthy,
Danny Dimes healthy, Saquon healthy, Darren Waller healthy, this Sterling Shepard
wide
healthy.
Receivers.
Sterling Shepard healthy, I think really helps that team last year.
What do we see them doing?
Wandale Robinson.
So what do we see them doing in draft?
Defense.
Wide receiver?
Defense.
I think the trade for
defense
Waller.
or O-line?
number are they?
Defense or O-line?
Waller's going to be split out because his run blocking's dog shit. So Waller's going to be split out way more often. Yes, I think he's going to be your tall slot. And I think Wandale coming back, it's probably either he's going to be your small slot and you're going to do something with Waller.
Sterling Shepard, you're
going off of you saying slot for wide receiver, a lot of people may not know this. A lot of people may. Waller was a wide receiver for the Baltimore Ravens when he came out in the draft.
Yep.
And he was switched to a tight end when he went to the Raiders.
Yep.
Right. All right. We'll get off the Giants. We'll jump into the Philadelphia Eagles. This is one of those teams that they got so much going on. It's hard to figure them out. Kelsey came back for one more year. They're going to try to rerun it back. They got their edge, Brandon Graham.
For $6 million. Unbelievable.
Rashad Penny, which is crazy that they signed Rashad Penny to a one-year deal.
Why?
They re-signed Boston Scott, and then James Bradbury re-signed, I think, right?
Yeah.
3 years, $38 million. So the question is, right, obviously we're going to go right to the elephant in the room. Running back. What the hell is going on? Like, you're going to go shine Rashad Penny, but you're not going to keep Miles Sanders. Rashad Penny is just as injury prone.
Miles Sanders isn't injury prone like Rashad Penny.
Right, that's my point. Like, that's crazy.
And he had one of his best years this year, which is pretty crazy.
Yes.
So,
well, they don't want to pay him. That's the problem. But you just paid Penny, who has done nothing outside of.
I'd have paid Kareem Hunt.
So I saw the report when Penny got signed.
How much did Penny make again? I'm sorry.
The wording was star running back.
I don't know if the details still came out yet.
Let me see if it's on.
I would say I'm trying on
Star
contract.
So going into this, right, I'm going to ask Steve. Go ahead, look at that contract.
What do you want?
Does this make the team better?
John, pull it back up. Nope.
You didn't even see it.
No, I don't need to. No. I mean, James Bradbury being there is big, but you're cutting Darius Slay. So you're losing half of that. Your secondary helped you big. You still lost a defensive tackle. You still lost another edge. Yes, your rookie that got hurt last year. He's coming back. He's
Jordan
gonna be
Davis is going to be healthy.
Who's very, very,
and like
very
I told you,
good.
you could put just about anybody around Jordan Davis and it makes him better.
I think so. I mean, he's going to warrant a double team. He is that good.
So
now
the next question for you, right?
But the running back room is so goofy.
So Penny is making 1 year, $1 million or 1.3 million. Sorry.
That's way cheaper than Miles Sanders. If he stays healthy, he has the ability to produce like Miles Sanders.
Fantasy team would be perfect for me right now if that was.
So
stop. You can't make moves while we're doing the show anymore.
The next question is,
I already have Penny.
What does this do for them in the draft? Because they have 2 picks in the draft. They've got one at
10 and 30.
And yes, 30. So are we? They can go Gonzalez.
They lost
at 10.
a lot of pieces.
They can go Gonzalez at 10.
They might draft.
They lost a lot of pieces.
But they can go best corner of the draft at 10, or if Jalen Carter's there, and I know you don't like him, Or
No, I don't dislike
I
him.
think they need to
He had
go
a
corner
trash pro day.
because
but you can go top defensive end.
well,
there
Darius
too,
Slay was
whatever's there.
cut too, wasn't he?
He's getting cut, yeah.
Or he's
that's,
getting cut.
That's what he just said.
So you got Oscar Gonzalez. I mean, I keep saying him. He fits multiple teams for me. He's my number one corner coming out. I'd really like if Chat would take a look at him. I think you're going to fall in love with this kid because he's just a man coverage and zone monster. This kid just can run with almost anybody all over the field.
See, I have a guy. I don't dislike Gonzalez because he's my number 2 though. I have a guy over Gonzalez, and I'm super excited to talk about him because I love this.
And we'll
dude.
talk about him on Big Board Day, because we're gonna have fights on Big Board Day about who we're picking
Probably
up.
Ryan's got to be here.
All right, so now let's talk with the NFC North. Let's get into
Uh-oh.
no.
Oh.
No, we're gonna back that. Let's go to the NFC South. Well, hopefully something will break by the time.
Let's go Atlanta.
NFC South. Let's go Atlanta. Go ahead. Atlanta
shit.
Falcons. I can't read all that.
Look at all that.
Heineke's getting a shot.
You think he's going to start?
Well, they
Yes, I
already
do.
said that he's going in as the backup in the offseason, but it's going to be probably a quarterback competition.
So, yeah, that's what that is.
So Chris Lindstrom, that's a huge signing.
Too much money.
Caleb McGarry, that's another big signing. Jonnu Smith, which I think is hilarious what they
Stupid.
paid him.
For a
Wait.
6th or 7th.
What'd they pay him? What's his
7th.
contract?
Well-
I think they're picking up New England's contract.
Yeah, it's like
so it's a
it's like
4-year, $50 million.
Yeah, it's expensive.
Idiot. Why?
They have the money to burn.
Edge Lorenzo Carter, 2-year deal. That's another one that's big. David
Animata?
Animata. Yeah.
How about that? How about that?
I'll have to look at a little more, but I'm pretty sure he's a
I don't
run
know.
stuffer.
Yeah, I don't know the significance off the top of my head.
Caden Ellis, another linebacker. Jesse Bates, that's the
Hate
big
that.
signing
I
that they
hate
had.
that
4 years,
signing.
$64 million.
That's too much
Fourth
money.
highest paid corner in the history of football.
$16 million a year.
It's too much.
Punter Bradley Pinion, which good kicker, so good punter.
Fullback.
Fullback Keith Smith re-signing, which that probably
I
won't.
think there's like 5 fullbacks in the NFL right now.
So
That are re-signing. All of them.
does this make John? Just keep them up for a minute.
Does this make the team better? Is question number 1.
Yeah,
No.
Yeah, I think 100% it
I
does.
think you add.
It doesn't.
I
does
think
it
you
move a
add.
needle to compete?
Well, the reason why I think
before Fletcher Cox signed a 1-year deal with the Eagles for $10 million.
Okay.
Okay, so Fletcher. That's just
tackle.
now.
Yes,
Fletcher
just now.
Cox is back. Okay,
So,
well, that makes
Yep.
the team better.
I think
Literally
this.
right now.
I think this
Alright,
adds
okay, that
3
shit-
or
that moves
4, 3 or 4 wins to their belt. Personally,
3 or 4.
Yeah, I got him at 10 wins personally.
do you really?
The Saints are in that division.
Now I know I'm not crazy.
Yeah, but the
Yeah,
same
3 or 4 wins. They still have the draft. Yeah, you're spending a lot of money for Jesse Bates. They front loaded his first year with $23 million. But
You
guess
think
what?
that's a 10-win team?
Yeah, I think because they solidified that offensive line.
You
They
act
needed
like
to
10
solidify
wins
that
is
offensive
crazy now. 17
line. There's
weeks.
17 games.
You're just a couple games over 500 there.
And I think they were the second team to be in that division. Like everybody was like 7 and something. So like you can't add 3 games.
I think
Now with Baker Mayfield
do you
and
like,
Tampa. I'm just
do you
kidding.
like Heineke?
I'm just kidding.
Do you think Heineke's better than Mariota?
Yes.
Okay, then right there.
Yeah.
Do you think Ritter's better than Mariota all season?
Do you think Heineke's better
That's
We
than?
don't
left to be-
know.
that's
That's
left to
yet
be
to be
Do you
determined.
think Heineke's better than Baker?
We'll see.
We'll see. I think
So
but
is
we'll see.
the one contract I really hate.
Oh, hold on.
Hold on.
Let's
Let's
talk- let's
we
talk
got
about-
we got to move. We got to move.
Let's talk about Heineke real quick again. Them going and signing Heineke, who's a
For 2 years.
completely different quarterback
20
than
million.
Mariota, tells me that they're changing the style of the offense.
Pocket.
It's not going to be a run first offense. They're going to throw the ball.
That's not true. They still have Cordero Patterson, and then they could still work the.
They got
can
Tyler
work a read
Algier.
option because Heineke's a good with a read option.
I'm just saying it's going to be more read option exactly with Ritter. It's going to be more of that. It's not going to be a run first offense though.
Correct.
No.
I would agree. It's probably 50-50.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's move on from Atlanta and let's go to the.
Sorry, I didn't mean to.
Let's go to
pulling
the
your parade there.
Panthers. Actually, it's funny because starting this season, I said, hey, nobody has a quarterback. Now everybody has a quarterback that's subpar. They re-signed center Bradley
Andy
Bozeman.
Dalton.
That's huge. Defensive lineman Slide Tuttle just went there. Von Bell, to me, that's if they're going to sign safety Von Bell, that's huge for their defense.
Yes.
They just also signed Hayden Hurst to a 3-year deal, which based on his play last year, if he stays as good, that should be sweet. Andy Dalton, 2 years, $11 million, and Sam Darnold's out of there, so it looks like Andy Dalton is the starter
You know what?
unless they
And they-
draft a quarterback.
And
which
they
will.
tendered PJ Walker.
No, I thought I read they're not going to.
Oh, I thought they did tender PJ Walker.
I don't know. He's probably going to the XFL.
Hey, he was really good in the
Jesus.
So, question 1, does this make the team better?
Oh, my bad. They did not tender him.
Oh man, I didn't realize. So
apologize for
Caleb
that.
McGarry. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. I had to look up what his significance was. Caleb McGarry was a 4th ranked tackle last year to PFF, so that actually is very big for Atlanta. Anyway,
I told you that. Yeah.
I didn't know that. No, signing Andy Dalton, that's not big.
But
You
we
know,
they have the
obviously assume
1-1,
they're going
so-
quarterback, right?
they're gonna go quarterback, and I mean,
Anthony Richardson.
It's going to.
I think it's going to be because they need somebody that can run.
I want to see Jay Stroud, but I, think
hate
they're
to
going to go
say this.
Anthony Richardson.
No, hey, I hate to say this, right? Because I think
Bryce.
Anthony Richardson all day. But after picking up Andy Dalton, I'm going Bryce Young.
I cannot
Yeah,
wait.
let them make that a mistake.
I am going to shit on the Panthers so hard. I am going to be belligerent if that is their
It's
pick.
Bryce Young or CJ Stroud.
Belligerent.
just
after
take a
the
look.
signing of Andy Dalton, because he's not a run guy.
No.
So you're not going to go draft
Jonathan,
Anthony
bring
Richardson
up-
and then
bring up the
have
Panthers
Andy
real
Dalton
quick.
as your
CJ
backup.
Stroud isn't a run guy either.
So-
I
He's
said that. It could be CJ Stroud or Bryce
So-
Young.
Now, Andy Dalton and Hayden Hurst, okay, they have some chemistry. They can play together. They did previously.
They did.
They did not.
They
Bengals.
never play together.
Now you're thinking of
Hayden
CJ
Hurst was not
Uzama.
there.
You're thinking of Uzama, I think.
And Jermaine Gresham.
Where was Hurst?
Jermaine Gresham.
You know what? You're right. I'm sorry. Hurst
Andy
was on,
Dalton
he was on
wasn't there.
Baltimore first. My bad.
You're
Why
good.
did I think they played together? You're right. Uzama.
He went Baltimore, Atlanta.
Hayden Hurst is a very good pass catching option for Andy Dalton. If for some reason that is gonna still be the starter. It's so bad.
So let's move on from there. Let's go to Tampa Bay.
They're going to the
All right.
playoffs.
Jamal Dean, which is a good signing for them. They just re-signed him.
Yeah, that is-
Levante David, that's another good signing.
That's a
for them.
re-signing. That's good.
And then Baker Mayfield, 1 year, $8.5 million. He gets another shot.
I think he's.
They
gonna
have no
start.
money.
No, I think he's
At
gonna
all.
start.
Well, I think it's going
Yeah.
to be a quarterback competition.
I
I think it's the same thing as in Atlanta. And I think it's going to be a quarterback competition because Baker always gets a chance to start.
If you're paying a guy $8.5 million, I sure as hell hope you get the chance to start.
Well, and it's
I-
also the last year on their quarterback, though, too. So they have to
Kyle
figure out
Trask.
whether or not Trask is the guy.
Oh man.
Which a lot
Is
of
this his last year, or is there one more?
He was
he was a
second-
late
he
round
was
pick.
like a second,
Second.
or third round, second round pick.
Kyle
Yeah.
Trask, he's so bad.
So
Watch him beat up Baker.
So
Helps when you had Kyle
question
Pitts.
one. Now this team is finally in good cap,
Yeah.
so they're finally in the positives. The question is, does this make the team better?
makes
Can
it,
can they defensively get better?
no.
It's just healthy. Stay
What
healthy.
pick do they have? 24.
No, Tampa's like 18.
19.
Oh, okay,
19.
19.
And what do they do in the draft?
Defense.
Yeah.
Defense. All right. Let's move on from here.
I mean, what do they need on the offense? Maybe a
Line?
tackle.
I'd look at moving one of your wide receivers.
Guard maybe.
Building up some capital.
I mean, they're gonna be old.
They have a left tackle.
They're gonna.
Guard.
They have a left tackle.
Yeah, Wirfs.
I thought Wirfs was right.
Oh, he is right. They're moving him to left.
Yeah, they
That's
are
right.
moving
I
him.
forgot about that.
So next would be let's go to the other NFC division and Saints. Show me to the Saints real quick. All right, Derek Carr. We all talked
Big.
about this. Jameis
Good sign.
Winston's his backup, and
That's a good sign,
for
too.
Jameis. Juwan Johnson, 2 years, $12 million. I actually think that's good based on what he did last year.
That is good.
Defensive end. Capacity and I can never
Say it. Rare metals.
It's Capsaicin.
Capsaicin. Very hot. Capsaicin.
JT Gray, defensive back.
Capsaicin.
Michael Thomas restructured. Technically, they voided his last 2 years, then re-signed him. Is what they did. 1 year, $10 million, up to a max of 15. Kalen Saunders, which is a big signing, defensive tackle.
Honestly, I don't.
That's
I
a
don't.
dumb move from Michael Thomas.
It is, which tells me he's out next
It's not a
year.
dumb move. They voided him. They had a void years.
Yeah.
You can just request a trade. Everybody does it.
Well, no, they voided now because if he'll get signed, if Derek Carr, he'll get another 2 years for like $20 million. If Derek
I
Carr's
think. I like all these moves.
He doesn't sprain his
they
toe.
needed a quarterback to compete. That was
So-
what everybody said.
Question one, right? Doesn't make the team better.
Yeah.
Yes,
You
this is
fill
a playoff
holes
team.
and you have depth.
The defense stays together.
Yep.
You restructured all of your main pieces on your defense, and they're still with the team. Question two, what do they do in the draft? And I think they draft 29th.
Secondary.
And question 3 is how long will Alvin Kamara be suspended?
That's
They
true
draft
for
29.
player conduct. Yeah.
Oh, no, they're...
Yeah, 29th.
29th.
Oh, yeah,
No.
29th. Yeah,
Yeah,
29th.
29th. Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry.
So secondary, or you go offensive line?
I think you go O-line to build up.
You got to help Derek Carr.
You got to help
gonna-
Derek
you're
Carr.
gonna
You got to
find a
help
good
get that
tackle
ball
there.
out. You got to give him time to
I
throw.
will say if Bijan's there,
There's no way. I don't think.
if Bijan's there,
26 comes up and Bijan isn't drafted, and the Cowboys.
well, I think
don't take
Dallas is
him.
going to have to trade up. To
So
get
when was the last
Seriously?
time
Over who?
a quarter or a running back was taken on the
What,
first?
Detroit?
Detroit. I mean, so I
Bark.
guess who needs a running
Detroit
back?
has not signed.
Maybe Minnesota.
You said earlier in our text thread that you could see him Bijan going.
I
to
see Bijan
Detroit.
going to Detroit.
Not anymore.
I do.
They just traded for Montgomery, or they just signed Montgomery.
They signed Montgomery
I
on
would
a
trade
And they
Swift.
still have
contract.
Swift.
I would
Yeah.
trade Swift. Swift is.
I would trade Swift also.
about
I
as-
would re-sign Jamal for 2 years
I would too.
and trade Swift.
All right, let's jump out of this. Let's go to the north.
Personally.
Detroit Lions.
You'll get a fourth
Speaking of the
round.
Detroit Lions.
I love Detroit.
What do they do? We have team needs up and that. That's
John,
hilarious.
get the Saints down.
It's
That's
not the
me.
Saints.
That's me.
That is the Saints behind them.
Resave that overlay. I bet you any money when I exported that overlay, it exported as both. Or no, you didn't turn off the Saints.
Yeah, I did.
Well, why don't you try turn them off again, please?
That's hilarious.
All right, so who did they re-sign that we know?
Okay, that's
of?
team
While
needs.
he's fixing that.
You.
No, he just has to re-export that.
There-
overlay.
there's-
Oh, okay. So we're just doing
there's-
something.
There's talks with them trying to re-sign Jamal Williams. We talked about that. I think that
how
would
much
be
do
a
you
smart
pay him?
move.
Because I know he wants to get a little bit of money because he knows he's at his end.
Call me crazy, but I give him 2 years, 14 mil.
So 7 each.
Do you realize the contracts that have been signed? Like, I don't think.
Running backs don't get paid.
There you go. Craig Reynolds 6. I mean up to 6.
So yeah, Craig Reynolds 2 years
3,
up to
6.
6.
Montgomery's at 6.
Montgomery 3 years for
That's what I'm
18.
saying.
I don't think you sign him.
I would.
I don't think Jamal gets signed. David Montgomery
The dude
fills
was
his
a
shoes.
beast last year for you.
Yeah, he was a
And
it was a lot
he's
of red
never
zone.
he's hardly missed a game in the last 3 years he's been there for
I
you.
don't disagree.
Versus Swift, who's been injury prone or injured
The Jets will
last
sign
2
him,
years.
Don't worry. Linebacker
shit,
Alex
man.
Anzalone, 3 years, 18. Cornerback Cameron Sutton, that's a big signing. Defensive lineman Isaiah Buggs, that's actually another
That's
good signing.
that's another underrated signing
Yep.
for me.
John Kaminsky, that's another. I don't know if I agree on that one. Defensive back Will Harris. I don't know enough about him to give him a 1 year, $2.5 million guarantee.
Them signing Sutton's actually pretty.
I like it.
Yeah, I like Cam Sutton.
I like
I still
what the
think
Lions are doing.
he
They're-
gets $21.5 million guaranteed. Also.
6 and 18 for picks. I mean, they still might draft a corner.
Yeah, you got to remember though, they're still with their contract. They're still paying Goff a pretty penny for what he signed with the Rams. So I don't know how much money they have to play with, but the moves that they're making, I like. I think it makes them better.
They're still in the positive.
I have them as a 10-win team personally. For me, I
think-
like Detroit a lot.
18. Look, they still have $18 million in cap.
Yeah. So I mean, you can.
That's with all those
You
signings.
you don't need a wide receiver because you got Jamison Williams and you got Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Look at the Saints. The only.
And you
team
have
they
how
get.
many other guys that can?
Yeah,
I mean,
you got guys
there's-
all over you got guys there. You don't need
They
a tight
could
end.
draft wide receiver just because Jamison Williams and Amon-Ra are the only guys. They have not re-signed DJ Chark. They only have 2 guys.
Oh.
The other question is tight end, right?
Yeah, that's right, because they did get rid of Hawkinson. They could draft tight end, but I don't think
I don't
they're
think they're
going
going to go with
to
their
draft
first
not
pick.
6.
at
No,
tight
no,
end.
no, no, no.
Right. So, all right, let's move on from them. Let's go
Maybe a
into
tight end at 55.
the Chicago Bears.
40. I could see.
Chicago Bears, baby. Bears, baby, 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 Bears.
Yeah.
I hate them.
Hey John. Fuck you. Da Bears.
Yeah.
All right, fullback Kari Blank.
You hate the Bears?
Last in game. Blah. There's your other fullback. Wide receiver DJ Moore acquired through trade. With
Boston
all
Nami?
that stuff there, and that is because they traded the first round pick to the Carolina Panthers.
9th overall pick in the first.
Oh yeah.
They-
Well, no, I said they traded the first overall.
Fleece the
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Panthers. They pulled their pants down, took them behind the
OG,
woodshed, and had their way with them.
Offensive guard Nate Davis, 3 years, $30 million. That's a very good signing for their offensive line.
Look at it.
DeMarcus Walker, edge signed. I think that's good. That leaves them not as stressful in the draft at getting an edge.
There it is, Tremaine Edmonds.
Tremaine.
That's why
Edmonds.
you hate
That's
the
why I
Bears?
hate
Come
the Bears.
on.
Well, that's a huge signing. 4
Yeah.
years, $72 million. That is so much for a
The
linebacker.
guy's 24 years old. He's young.
Yeah,
That's a lot for a
they're still
linebacker.
overpaid.
Yeah, but
then
guess
they-
what? You have the money to spend, so why
But
not?
then they just signed T.J. Edwards to 3 years and $20 million. So like, it's just a lot. I mean, it's a lot. Long snapper and running back Travis Homer, which I think where did he play? He was
Seattle.
last
Seattle.
year. So and he actually didn't play bad. So we'll see what happens there. They could go Bijan.
Nah.
Everyone could go Bijan apparently.
Actually, they
not
could
to
go
bring it
Bijan.
up again, but
Not
we
what-
did talk about them with Hunt.
Not at 9 though. Yeah, I mean,
He fits that offensive profile.
Kareem Hunt would be cheaper. It wouldn't cost you a pick.
Yeah. So what do you guys think Hunt's
You
worth?
see how I feel about that trade or like that signing? I think it'd be stupid. Hunt is going to ask for 7 to 8.
You should,
I
you
take-
should get 7 to 8.
Personally, I
not
take
based on
Jamal.
his production the last
I
2
take
years.
Jamal Williams
He's a
over Hunt.
backup running back.
So question 1, does this make the team better? All these trades.
100%.
Yes.
And question 2, what do you see them doing in the draft?
Defense.
At 9.
Defense or
Defense
tackle?
or offense?
Defense.
I mean, you signed a guard, which is good.
They need
You
a
have your
tackle
wide
still.
receivers.
Need a tackle. still.
Claypool.
I see
DJ
Paris
Moore.
Campbell going at 9.
I do too. I see Paris Campbell going at 9. Unless
He
the Titans
played
trade
with
up, they'll have to trade
Justin
up, though.
Fields, did he not? Paris Campbell.
Yep. He'll play. He
So-
played right tackle though, but that's still it's.
You
whatever.
don't. I mean, they'd be stupid. Personally, I don't think they take
might
a wide
not have
receiver
updated that
at
either,
9
but-
because of who they have. You got Chase Claypool, you got Darnell Mooney, you got DJ Moore. But yeah, offensive line, you got to give Justin
They
Fields.
don't need a wide receiver.
No, you got to give. Well, neither did Cincinnati, but what
And you
they
still
do.
got Cole Kmet at tight end, who is a very athletic tight
Yes.
end.
Oh, yeah, he's only 23, 24.
Yeah,
He's
a
another one of
child.
those slot guys, in my opinion.
and you
he
can still
can
get
be.
and like our conversation is a deep tight end draft, so you can get a guy in the 5th, 6th round.
But he
If you really
excelled with
wanted to go
Justin
tight end.
Fields.
Yeah. Let's.
He excelled with Justin Fields.
Not the
Kmet.
first 2 weeks
yeah,
of
he
the
did.
year.
He did. So let's move into Minnesota.
all right. Yeah,
Let's
yeah.
go into Minnesota. Got to keep it rolling. All right. Wrong overlay. I need the other one. But that's what team needs if you guys need to know.
So corner, safety, linebacker. Well,
Yeah, they
D
need-
line because they lost Dalvin Tomlinson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So they signed Josh Oliver, 3 years, $21 million, which blew my damn mind because they still have Hawkinson.
And Irv Smith.
No, they moved on from Irv.
Oh, okay.
I'm pretty sure. Edge Marcus Davenport. That's actually a really good signing.
That is a good signing.
Center Garrett Bradbury. It's actually one of the better centers in the league.
It is. That's a good signing.
Quarterback Nick Mullins. Big Dick Nick gets to be a backup
I
again.
love Nick
He
Mullins.
was good when he was with us.
Long snapper Andrew DiPaolo.
No.
Greg Joseph, actually young, signed a
Oh.
1-year deal. And then cornerback, that's the kid I remember that I said was
Byron
going to be
Murphy.
better.
I
but
like
he
that
doesn't.
one
Byron
a lot.
Murphy's
I
good.
like that a lot. That's a
all
good
right.
signing.
So, question 1, does it make the team better?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, that defense was ass.
And question 2, what are they doing in the draft? And
Defense.
It's still defense.
It'll still be
It's
defense.
still
There's-
defense.
When's their first pick, Jonathan?
24? I think it's 24.
23.
23. I was close.
Yeah, it's still gonna be defense.
My memory is becoming real good.
We got
Actually,
edge guys there. Who do you think they take? Do you
I
think
think they're
Miles
going to go
Garrett-
D tackle.
This might
Okay.
it might be Brian Branch.
They're going
Might
to go
be
D
safety.
tackle, D line. In that spot.
Ooh, it'd be.
Brissy?
Cansey?
Brian Brissy?
Oh, Kalijah Cansey in that spot would be huge. That'd be huge. Let's move on from there. Let's go to the wonderful Green Bay Packers,
I
who
like that one a
are,
lot. That's
as
a
of
good
right
one.
now, they still have Aaron Rodgers, but based on
Oh,
the
wow.
rumors that we saw, they are going to lose Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers
If
himself
I'm them,
said that he's gonna be on the Jets by Friday.
Yes.
if I was the Packers, I would have
He
done
did
this
not
2
say
weeks
by
ago.
Friday.
Yes, he did.
I would have gone forward and said,
He said it on Friday, this past Friday. He wants to be a Jet.
No.
No.
Yes,
He
he,
just
said
said
that
it
on
Wednesday.
McAfee's.
He just said it
Wednesday
today.
is his show. It's today.
Yeah, he just said it
He
today.
said this past Friday that people were confirming it. That's what he said on the show.
But it just came out today.
I haven't watched it.
No, there was rumors. He didn't physically say it.
We'll see.
Or
He
on
was
Twitter.
on the
but
show.
people were saying it on Friday that he wants to be a Jet. And he was just confirming their stuff on
So your Aaron Rodgers apologist is talking right now, and I
so if I
apologize
was
to you guys.
the Green Bay Packers 3 weeks ago, I would have gone. We're going with Jordan Love. He's our future. Aaron Rodgers. We wish you the best, but they don't have the ball.
Let's talk
No, they
Aaron
don't get the nuts.
Rodgers.
They
Let's
should've
talk
done
Aaron
that, though.
Rodgers as our close. Does this signing make the team better?
Yeah, at least you can return $6 million. It's not much. Hopefully, you can get a couple of kick returns, punt returns for a touchdown.
And what do they do in the draft?
Quarterback.
No.
No.
I mean,
I think they go wide receiver maybe.
never been done.
Jackson Smith and Jigba.
Ooh, that'd be good.
Watch the note. This would be the time that the Packers draft a wide receiver
Well,
after
so
they
you
trade
have
Rodgers.
to.
That
And
would
this
be
is my
salt on the
argument.
wound.
But no, this is my
Good.
argument: is you have to when you don't
I
have a
love Aaron
quarterback. But you
Rodgers.
have to when you don't have a quarterback. You need weapons.
Jordan. So
Yeah,
you don't know what you have with Jordan Love, but at the same aspect, they love him. But you're gonna say that about a guy you drafted and gave up, and you drafted in the first round.
Yeah, you gave up a Hall of Famer for him. So
No, I mean
All
he
right,
only has one
so-
Super Bowl, so it don't mean much.
let's move on from
an
here.
actual quote from Aaron Rodgers. They drafted a guy to replace me.
You know what? The
Let's
bet.
move on from here. Let's not get too deep into the Aaron Rodgers conversation. I don't want to drag this one on. I know you do. All right. So let's go into the NFC West and jump into the Rams.
Just wait till we
I
start
didn't
talking
listen-
about
I didn't
Lamar
listen to any of
Jackson.
your stuff, so
You what?
I didn't listen to anything he just said, so it's all good.
All right. So
Why do you
they
get so mad?
Love you, Johnny.
they got Hunter Long from a trade
He didn't get
in
this bad about
exchange
Brett
for the
Favre.
77
And
and
Hunter-
Jalen Ramsey.
And Hunter Long has only caught one career pass.
I will say though,
Why did they?
he looked good last year.
Hey, that pass was
That
really
one
good.
pass?
Apparently so.
He's
Why-
gonna be the next Darren Wall.
Why did no? Why wait? They still have what's his face?
Yeah, Gerald Everett. Or no, that's Chargers.
Hunter Higbee, Tyler Higbee.
Yeah, they still got Higbee. What the hell are they doing?
Hunter Long was
know.
like 23.
He's 65 overall.
Yeah, and
Madden,
still
I
has
know
only
that.
caught one pass.
This trade was so bad, even Madden wouldn't accept it.
I don't think
I
so.
tried when I got
a third and Hunter Long for
he's
Jalen
60,
Ramsey.
he's a 65 overall. I mean, they're bottom of the barrel
He's
in the league.
65
He
overall.
is. He is. Like, dead ass he is. They're bottom. I don't see them winning more than 5 games.
The Rams?
Yeah.
Love that.
I don't because
Now, what if-
Stafford
what if-
is
what if-
another guy.
Well, hold on. What if he's healthy? What if he comes back healthy? He's fine. He plays. I mean, what if
Who do they have a wide receiver?
Cooper Kupp?
That's it.
And,
And
That's why I said
Van
5 wins.
Jefferson,
5 wins.
Van Dropperson.
5 wins.
and Allen Robinson still there?
No, I thought they.
No, they're letting him seek a trade.
Yeah, seeking a
Because
trade.
they
and
want his
will-
ass
Secret
out.
trade-
It's
secret
They
trade
will
for
help
Robinson.
pay his contract.
They want
bag
him
of
out.
peanuts. Bag of peanuts and a
Ixnay
Coke.
on the Robinson.
5 wins.
All right. Does this make the team better?
No.
It's kind of like right?
I mean,
they freed up cap space.
It's a scrape.
So you
And what do they do in the draft? 36. They don't have a first round pick.
defense.
Wide receiver.
They'll take receiver probably. at
Xavier Hutchinson,
Ooh,
36.
that'd be a good pick.
I'm calling that now.
He'd be ruining his career, but it'd be a good pick.
Yeah.
I don't think they go defense because they still have defensive players. They just got rid of a corner.
telling
And I
you,
don't
they're
think
good.
you're going to pick a
The,
corner in
the
that spot.
defense
Xavier
was not good
Hutchinson.
last year.
So, and they're going to need a running back.
Bijan Robinson. Everybody said.
I thought Cam went
He-
back.
he won't
Cam,
make it out.
Cam Akers went back, yeah.
Yeah, Akers.
maybe.
There you go.
Yeah,
Cam
but
Akers.
They don't know who
we
they
all know
have.
Akers is all or
He'll have arthritis
Something or
this year.
bust.
Don't worry.
Well, it's
He's gonna have that arthritis in his knees.
Let's
right,
go to Seattle, the other team that likes to spend money for no reason. Geno Smith re-signed 3 years, $75 million, max $105 million. Draymond Jones, I actually like that signing. 3 years, $51.5 million.
He's a
And that's-
Cleveland boy. I wish he would have came back.
Yeah, they
Jaron
pay too
Reed's
much
not
for him. That's
bad.
too
and
much
then
money.
it's Jerron Reed, not Jaron.
I thought it's Jaron.
Jerron Reed. Like Duran, it's Jerron.
Mm.
2 year
hooked
max
on
value,
phonics.
$10.8 million. This is good for their defensive line. Question for you guys: does it make the team better?
I said good. Okay.
Does it make the team better?
Yes.
I mean,
Hitler, calm down.
I
Okay.
guess. Oh,
Yes,
kind of like
it
that.
does.
No,
And
I don't think
then-
so. I mean, yeah, I guess kind
What do
of.
they do in the draft?
Draymond Jones, he's underrated. I don't know why. That's
He
a
is.
good
They
signing
still
for them.
overpaid.
I like
though.
it.
That's too much
Everybody's overpaid. Look at the contracts they're giving out.
I know, that's
Danny
crazy.
Dimes got $1 bazillion for.
Why do you say he's overpaid? It's
He's-
22 mil guarantee. Oh, that's over the first year. That's
Yeah,
right.
that's too much
Yeah.
money.
That's a lot of money for.
So
That's too much.
offense. Do you guys think they go offensive line?
No, they go defense.
You think
Where
And
in
I-
particular do you
and I
guys see them going?
Personally, I think corner.
secondary? Yeah.
And they have
Corner or edge.
I don't
If
know,
Will Anderson's there, they go edge. But
Seahawks have the
They have 2
they have
picks.
5.
and 20. Yep.
Do you see them trading down?
Will Anderson if he's there.
Yeah, they'll trade down because they can get a corner in the mid first.
Brian Breesy would be another good.
Will Anderson might be there at 5. If they want
Brian
to
Breesy would be another good fit for
Yeah, but
them. Or Breesy, not Breesy.
I have a
Breesy.
question. Like, and this is just a weird question. Do you think somebody trades up above the Colts to get like Will Levis and trades with Arizona?
If Will Levis gets drafted in the top
who would it
5,
be? Do you think it's the Raiders?
Shit.
No. Who just signed Stidham?
Broncos.
Thank you.
Oh no, I got more
Lord.
talk about that.
He'll be the starter
all
by week 8.
So let's move on to the 49ers. I know somebody that went here. The other injured quarterback.
Playoffs.
Oh my God!
Sam Darnold
got a
signed
job
as
with the
a backup.
Niners.
Playoffs. Who's talking about
Why
playoffs?
are they adding quarterbacks? That's so annoying.
Because they've got
Perfect time to
sugar
put the
glass
Meanwhile
on.
oh man.
CFC.
That template,
Oh God, that is so good.
that
Johnny.
meme works well for so many aspects.
Yeah, but
Johnny.
I know.
CFC
love
tried to
it.
get away and he
I
couldn't.
love it.
I need to find this
You need,
photo.
you need to go with Ryan as the orangutan and Bijan as the little girl.
God. Oh my God. Okay, go back.
Yes.
What is the Aaron Rodgers one? Sorry, what is the Aaron Rodgers one?
If she doesn't fight for you like Aaron Rodgers fights for Alan Lazard, you deserve better, Keen.
This is what I want, Jets.
You know what's
Sign
funny?
it or I'm retiring.
You could have Ryan as the orangutan, as the kid as OBJ.
That's, oh, yeah, I said Bijan, but yeah, that works a little bit better.
Oh, that would be an in-show joke.
That
That's
would
pretty
be,
good.
yeah.
All right, so 49ers. Can you bring that back up for me, please, Johnny?
Oh shit.
That is
that's
pretty funny, dude. I was dying laughing as soon as I saw Sam Darnold and CMC.
How do they
I
have
about
this
died laughing.
fucking money?
don't,
Javon
dude.
Hargrave, defensive lineman, Kevin Givens, safety, Tashawn Gibson. That's such a good signing. Long snapper, could care less personally. And then center, Brendel. I don't know how good Brendel is, but 4 years, $20 million is cheap for a center.
Tashana used to be on the Browns, right?
Yeah, Sean
Yeah.
Gibson's old as shit.
Is he that
But
old?
he's still
Yes.
producing. He hasn't been bad.
I mean,
You don't have to be good when you have the that's another one where the front five get to the
They're
quarterback
so
But
so
guess
fast.
what? It's
you don't have-
working.
adding Javon Hargrave's so
teams
good.
need to
Yeah.
do this. It's working.
Yeah.
Teams are mimicking
The
them.
Sam Darnold
So-
signing.
What's LS?
Long snapper?
Long snapper.
So question one,
Who?
Long
does it make
snapper.
the team better?
No one cares.
Yes.
This team just hands down to me got better.
I mean,
Yes.
the defense somehow still improved
Could you-
on the D line.
Quarterback play is going to be a mystery.
would this blow your
but-
mind? Would this blow your mind though if
here
Trey
we
Lance
go.
goes in right, gets injured?
Sam
No,
Darnold-
I'm
Sam
actually
Darnold.
Sam Darnold
It is
the backup.
Brock Purdy.
No, Sam Darnold's the backup
Shouldn't be.
because you paid him. You're not paying Purdy.
No, you're paying Purdy like $1,200 this
Why
year
would you
to play
pay? Why would you
football.
pay Darnold? That
And then
unless Purdy's not going to be ready.
Because the 49ers are a
Purdy might, so that
carousel of
UCL,
offensive.
Purdy might not be ready.
Yeah, that's fair.
That
Because-
elbow
well-
might take 6 months to heal.
Well,
He'll miss the first 5 weeks.
he's
First 5, 6
thrown-
weeks, they're thinking.
He's thrown in 3 months.
Yeah, throwing
Well,
doesn't mean
So
nothing.
see.
6 months. So it's he
Elbow-
might miss the first week or two.
Johnny, elbow injuries don't pan out well for.
Look at Roethlisberger.
Look at
Yeah.
look at Dak. Look
And
at
the problem,
Dak
so the
threw
problem
fine.
with Purdy is he didn't have zip on the ball.
Look
His
at
was
Jimmy.
a lot. He had a floater.
Yeah.
That's how he with this. Maybe it changes it. You know, Tommy John. Although this technically isn't Tommy John. But
it could have
so
been.
let's jump off them. Let's go to the Tiny Tim's Arizona Cardinals.
Tiny
garbage.
Oh, absolute dog
We
shit.
can move on.
We
He's
got
a Cardinals fan.
tackle Kelvin Beachum, running back Corey Clement, which whatever there.
I didn't know he was still in the NFL.
Linebacker Kazir White. That's actually a good signing if depending on how much it costs. And then Matt Prater re-signing, one of the better kickers in the league, but he's like 40. And then Will Hernandez.
All right, so to answer your question,
Does this make the team better?
no.
No,
I think it does just because of the linemen.
not when your quarterback plays Call of Duty all
I
night.
think the goal is to hopefully protect him, but we'll see because they can't protect anybody.
Kyler can't protect himself.
Yeah. The other question is, what do they do in the draft? And they draft at 3 overall. Do they trade down or they just go straight up defense?
I honestly,
CJ Stroud.
I will straight. I will.
Sorry. No, they
I would drop my guts live if they took a quarterback.
CJ Stroud won't be there. It'd be Will Levis
It
or
probably would
Anthony
be-
Richardson.
Oh,
or Richardson.
No,
I take
Richardson won't be.
I'll
there.
take Richardson over Kyler. I'm sorry.
I would.
I'm
If
sorry.
he doesn't like Anthony Richardson, you know what?
I don't like Anthony, but
All
I'd
right.
still take him.
So what do they do? Offense or defense here? And
They should
They
need
need
defense.
They need defense.
I could see Will Anderson
Yeah.
going here.
Seriously, I think they need defense. I think would you take Jalen Carter there? Will Anderson? Would you take that
I think
risk?
they have interior D-line guys. I
Or
think they need an edge.
I think they're going to trade down.
I think Will
I think
Anderson
someone's, like
is
you
the
said, someone
second
may
or
trade up.
third edge.
I would
off the
love to
board.
see someone trade up, but I think based on quarterback decisions that I've seen in the offseason, people are waiting for next year now.
I think the nickname Terminator has put too much name in their stock.
Bye.